They were never supposed to exist. Yet in the winter skies of 2025, two objects entered our solar system and ignored every rule of physics. No radio chatter, no tails, no sensible gravity. The first telescope dismissed them as noise. Three more confirmed. Twin bodies perfectly matched, crossing 400 million kilometers in lockstep. At Atlas Deep Space Observatory, analysts noticed the impossible. They weren't drifting. Velocity, vector, spin, all aligned with absurd precision. They moved like machines, not rocks. Atlas called it Project 3I. Then every 11 hours, the twins emitted a faint spectral pulse. Not light, structure. Plotted over time, it formed a spiral fractal, the golden ratio as waveform. This wasn't growth, it was speech. As the bodies curved sunward, their emissions sharpened into prime interval bursts. Prime spacing means intention. Atlas's mainframe labeled the event non-random structured. If you see the pattern too, comment the prime you think repeats first. It may be the signal's anchor. Atlas triangulated the pulses and found the impossible. Not from either body, but from the space between them. Something invisible held them in alignment, a tether of geometry. Spectrographs showed polished nickel-chromium skins, metallic, uniform, yet they ran cold, far too cold for that close to the sun. Online, theories multiplied. Officially, the International Astronomical Union muttered comet fragments. Inside Atlas, the pulses whispered otherwise. Subharmonics matched the electromagnetic heartbeat of Voyager 1. Overlaid, the 3I pattern completed Voyager's long-broken farewell. A sentence 40 years unfinished finally landed. Whatever the twins were, they weren't arriving. They were answering. The world's observatories locked on. An informal moratorium banned leaks. It didn't hold. Defense nets hinted the frequencies were changing. Lower, slower, tuned to resonance ratios. Every path pointed home. When the twins slipped behind Jupiter on August 19th, Atlas caught a second emission. Not from them, from Earth's upper atmosphere. Reflection, echo, or something else. The frequency matched 3I to the millionth decimal. It was as if the planet whispered back. Not visitors, Soren told an encrypted channel. Mirrors, and we may be the reflection. Notice the geometry. If you were Atlas, which pattern would you track first? Comment your choice. Line, spiral, or lattice. Initial models said the field was ionized matter in magnetic suspension, cold, dense, coherent. Logs began acting haunted. Fill names mutated. Partitions cloned. A week of recordings compressed into one corrupt file labeled S47. That night, sealed thermometers read 40 to Ranisho. Lights dimmed, then steadied. Other agencies moved. NASA kept a blank face while an internal project called SEER mapped radio fluctuations. China launched an experimental polar satellite. It went dark 19 minutes after liftoff. Russia recalled two Roscosmos veterans who'd once worked at Atlas. By September, the twins reached the inner belt and flashed, an inward-drawn brightness that spiked detectors worldwide. Not reflection, Soren logged. Communication aimed past us. 2 days later, an echo answered from the far side of the sun. Disturbingly, it originated inside Earth's magnetosphere. Atlas security quarantined the data, split the staff, half on decoding, half on silence. Then the people changed. Sleepwalking. A low hum only some could hear. Neural scans lit the brain's pattern perception centers, as if subjects were feeling geometry. Infrared showed the twins growing colder as the sun blazed hotter. Then the second flash hit. Europe's comms staggered, GPS blinked, satellites rebooted. For 4.6 seconds, Earth's shield rang in harmonic lock. In the recovered static, Atlas found a buried line. Tones stepping through a phrase from the Voyager Golden Record. Reply. ESA issued a blackout. Inside, the clock went wrong. Feeds glitched on 7-minute loops. The core timekeeper drifted 7 seconds fast and would not be corrected. Atlas was sinking to the twins. On October 27, Soren approved Project Echo 7. Transmit a pulse at the 3I frequency and see what answered. The instant it left the array, temperature plunged. An inaudible pressure wave pressed on lungs. 21 seconds later, the reply arrived. Not from deep space, but from directly above the dome. The lab called outward. The sky answered inward. Soren's last log before blackout. We thought we were looking out. The array is a mirror. We're already inside the field. Months of analysis taught Atlas to listen. The pulse, once static, became a layered language, bursts within bursts. Decrypting it crawled to 30%. At 60, ancient numerals overlapped with human DNA sequences. At 90, geometry surfaced, spirals and nodes matching carvings in the Vostok ice caves and lines on the Nazca Plateau. Dr. Kira Voss overlaid the decoded points onto Earth's magnetic map and found a lattice. The planet wasn't receiving the song, it was playing it. At 97%, the system moved by itself. Unauthorized processes executed, permissions rewrote. The Atlas core transmitted uncommanded. The screens died, then a single line appeared on every monitor. The observers are returning. Power flickered, the air thrummed. Compasses spun, radios spiked, then silence. 2 days later, satellites picked up the pulse from 12 locations, ancient ruins, magnetic vortices, deep-sea ridges, exactly where Voss's geometry predicted. Governments sealed leaks. Atlas was dismantled. Voss disappeared. Her final voice note, "It's not calling to us, it's calling through us." Weeks later, a private bird over the South Pacific caught a weak echo. Run through Voss's key, it unfolded into a 3D structure. A map not of distance, but of time. Nodes aligned with Earth's mass die-offs. At the end, a 13th pulse fixed on the current year. Not a countdown, a record of what returns. Old myths spoke of watchers during upheaval. The math put bones on the stories. The signal wasn't extraterrestrial the way we'd hoped. It was embedded in cycles, a checkpoint. Every 11,000 years, as the poles begin to reverse, the sequence wakes. It scans, it measures, it updates, not a warning. Maintenance, a reboot protocol left by something that tuned this planet, seeded life, and moved on. And now the frequency was live again. Across observatories and deep-sea labs, and in abandoned bunkers where the lights still worked, instruments heard the same rhythm, a pulse every 11 hours and 14 minutes. In the ruins of Atlas, one terminal woke after years of sleep. Dust turned in the screen's glow as characters printed themselves. Sequence complete. Humanity verified. The screens died. Outside, the wind carried that low hum now detected at awakened sites, and faintly by satellites near Neptune, where the twin comets drifted quiet as thought. For a heartbeat, one comet blinked in infrared. Brief, precise, intentional. The same frequency, the same rhythm, the same signal. The Atlas project was over. The transmission had only just begun. Before you close your eyes, consider this. If this was never an arrival, but a handshake protocol, the next message isn't discovery, it's escalation. Comment one word: creator, machine, ancestor, or other. Humanity may already be inside the signal. Subscribe, turn notifications to all, and witness what answers next. Cosmic 3i Atlas, the awakening signal.